Has Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's Archewell Foundation already violated the delinquency notice? Well, I've got lawyer John Witherspoon from Washington, D.C. to explain it all. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef, the Alternerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to another dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye. And oh my goodness, yes, I have the lawyer from Washington, D.C., John Witherspoon, with me again. Thank you so much again for joining me in this particular video. How are you doing, mate?
I am good. How are you, Steph?
I'm not doing too bad. For those that didn't watch our video earlier on, yes, I've got a little bit of a sore throat. It was worse yesterday, so it's better today. But yes, the show must go on, if I can get my teeth back in me gob there, because this is something that I've noticed, and John and I have been discussing this behind the scenes. So I'm going to lay it all out for you guys, and then John's going to come in with his assessment. So, of course, we've all seen this by now, the delinquency notice from Bonta, the Attorney General from the state of California. And I want to direct your attention to this particular sentence towards the bottom of the delinquency notice. And it says, quote, "An organisation that is listed as delinquent is not in good standing and is prohibited from engaging in conduct for which registration is required, including soliciting or dispersing charitable funds." It then references a code regulation here, which, just to expand on that, this code regulation essentially means that the registrant, so in this case, Archewell Foundation, must be in good standing to operate or solicit. Now, this is the thing, right? A lot of people are focusing on this little bit at the end here, which is essentially Archewell Foundation is not allowed to solicit or disperse charitable funds. But there's a little bit before that that I think a lot of people are missing here, which is that they are prohibited from engaging in conduct for which registration is required. And so why am I emphasizing that? Well, to me, they've already engaged in conduct for which registration is required since the day of this delinquency notice, which is May the 3rd, 2024. And this happened in Nigeria twice. As far as I can tell, they actually acted on behalf of Archewell Foundation and therefore engaged in conduct first and foremost on May the 10th at the Lightway Academy in Abuja, announcing that the Archewell Foundation is expanding its partnership with the Gene Co Foundation. And then, while spending time with Giants of Africa at the Olupaju Senior Grammar School in Lagos on May the 12th, and if I've mispronounced that, my apologies, they then announced that the Archewell Foundation has made it possible for the Youth Focused Sports Charity to expand programming to include a new adaptive core and accessible sport in Abuja, a statement said. So going back to this particular part here, it's not just including or dispersing charitable funds that they are prohibited from the date of this delinquency notice, which is May the 3rd, but it's also engaging in conduct for which registration is required. And for them, as far as I'm concerned, to essentially, as far as I can see, act on behalf of Archewell Foundation to announce these partnerships, to me, they shouldn't do. Because to me, they're not in good standing. They're engaging in conduct representing a charity that's in delinquency at the moment that should not be engaging in conduct. They should not be representing Archewell Foundation as a charity because at the moment they can't do. It's in delinquency. They can't do any of that. What makes it even more frightening in terms of what they've done is they also announced all of this that I've just gone through on the Archewell Foundation website itself, supporting students in Abuja. And here's the article here. They then say, look, supporting the Giants of Africa. And here we go again, the Olupaju Senior Grammar School in Lagos. Again, if I've mispronounced that, my apologies. And they go through it all here. So not only was it reported in terms of them representing Archewell Foundation on People magazine, but they do it as well on their own charitable website. And again, to emphasise, when you've got this delinquency notice turning around and saying you are prohibited from engaging in conduct for which registration is required, i.e. representing a charity where registration is required to announce all these partnerships, it seems to me that since May the 3rd, they have violated this delinquency notice twice, on the 10th of May and the 12th of May during this Nigerian visit. Now, I know you've got a little bit to say about this, John, so what are your thoughts on everything I've just gone through there, mate?
Well, Steph, you make a couple of really good points in there. And I think it really just boils down to how much of a stickler does the state of California want to be? And, what's the likelihood that this can all get straightened out? And also the fact that okay, this letter came out on the 3rd of May, and they've been halfway around the world, and they announced something, who knows if the mail had even been opened and the letter had been read by the time that they made these announcements when they were in Nigeria. I guess my takeaway from all of this is, again, if the state of California really wanted to play hardball with them, it might say, hey, we have a real issue with this, what you've done. I suspect, though, that as long as they get this straightened out and as long as they keep their head down, or Archewell keeps its proverbial head down and doesn't do any more of these types of large announcements that are designed to generate publicity and so forth, then I think that what they've done on their trip probably will just sort of, go away, and everybody will say, all right, fine, maybe that was technically not appropriate, but you've paid whatever fees you need to pay and whatever penalties you need to pay because your filing was late. And let's just go on and worry about bigger things from this point. But the other aspect of it is Archewell obviously is a very publicity-driven organization. So it's kind of a potentially live by the sword, die by the sword type of thing. If you want to loom large and do everything with a lot of splash value, well, guess what? State of California may come along and say, yeah, we're going to treat you as though you're a larger than life entity, and we're going to make an example out of you, which it wouldn't be the first time something like that had happened. So again, I think as long as everything gets straightened out and as long as they don't do something like that again, I think it'll be all okay. But anything is possible.
Anything is possible indeed, guys. With that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, and of course there's going to be more, then please make sure you subscribe to join our alternate tribe. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever's. My special thanks again to John for taking time out of his busy day to join me on this second video. Really appreciate you, mate. Thank you so much. And yeah, with that being said, you guys, until the next time, laters. Bye.